Next, I'm going to give you a little background about what inquiry is. As we visited schools, we found inquiry-based instruction over and over again. Our science standards have always emphasized inquiry, but the positive impacts of inquiry can be found in other subject areas as well. In general, the traditional approach to learning was focused on learning about things. The inquiry approach is more focused on using and learning content as a means to develop informational processing and problem-solving skills. As we look here, inquiry is the traditional learning focuses more on learning about things, while inquiry learning focuses more on learning things and actually how to learn. We want all students to have knowledge, but we also want them to know how to handle situations where the answer is not clearly apparent. That's where inquiry comes into play. Tell me and I forget. Show me and I remember. Involve me and I understand. Which leads us into why we feel that inquiry is a great foundation, one that all students need to have. Learning begins with questions and builds upon students' natural curiosity. Students aren't just going to be given the answer. Students learn the process for discovering answers, which then deepens their own learning. Provides opportunities for students to collaborate and work in teams. Inquiry also helps students become more actively engaged and brings purpose to their learning. Inquiry challenges all students to be thinkers. It is hands-on and it is very student-centered. And finally, inquiry is a process of questioning. The questions are continuous throughout the learning and emphasizes reflecting on what was learned rather than how it was learned.
And the more we learned, the more we knew that both processes are really a key to a strong foundation for children's learning and success. We also knew that one without the other is not enough. So leadership and inquiry is our foundation for all. Together, these will target skills that students need to be successful in the 21st century. They promote students' confidence, empowerment, and ownership into their learning. Both of these provide consistency for a district, allowing students to build upon skills year after year. These two also allow for movement between schools because all students will have those same learning bases, and it also strengthens teaching strategies in all classrooms and content areas.
The purpose of this educational opportunities is keeping the purpose. We wanted to be able to project both the educational skills and the opportunities to be able to keep that in mind. We have just talked about the different types of educational opportunities or the different kinds of educational skills. What we want to talk about here with the educational opportunities is that focus. As you see the glasses, those glasses kind of give us the focus, which would be the lens through which we deliver core academic subjects. Okay, so as you're viewing these next slides, really be thinking about how we can look at each area through a specific lens.
As the design team went about creating the individual focuses to provide some choice for our kindergarten through 8th graders' learning opportunities, we went back to our stakeholder feedback and we heard loud and clear that these were the 4 areas of top interest: the science, engineering, active learning, student choice based on interest, those elective once again, and then the leadership opportunity. Going back to this graphic that we showed earlier, when we talk about our focuses, the choice that we will provide for students in our district, we're really looking at the doorway that students enter into our educational system. We already explained that our foundation of leadership and inquiry is going to remain the same at all of our K-8 sites. Additionally, all of our K-8 sites will be delivering the core curriculum at all of our buildings: the reading, the writing, the math, social studies, science, physical education, music, and art. So regardless of what school your child will attend in the future, all of those core curriculum subjects will be in place, along with that solid foundation of leadership and inquiry. So as we look at these next choices and opportunities, really think of the focus as a doorway for your child's education.
These next slides show frameworks that basically will fit within all of our elementary school settings. We've developed some ways that this can happen and fit both of the parts of our goal. Something for all, along with allowing some choice to be a part of this. One of these is Lead by Design, which is a focus more in regards to engineering and the arts. The doorway with this would be the engineering and the arts, our foundation or core of, how do I want to say this, operating system is that leadership and inquiry piece. This is always going to be found within all of the schools. And so going in through our doorway, this allows us to look at the engineering design process, which is asking, imagining, planning, creating, and improving. This is incorporated across the whole curriculum. Another element that would be a part of this would be visual arts and design, which would be integrated across the curriculum as well. And then principles of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math would be a large part or incorporation of the lens of this school.
Imagine if we created a Lead by Wonder. Here our focus is, the emphasis is on inquiry. Since inquiry and leadership are foundational, this framework provides an opportunity for something for all, while again providing more of a traditional programming. Focus on learning through questioning and wonder across the curriculum.
The next school we have is a Lead by Investigation. This is more of an active learning. And so this would be a lot more project-based cross-curricular units of study. Maybe you'd have some interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary tasks as well, where you have music and social studies maybe collaborating together to be able to solve some of these questions that the students have. Another one would be hands-on or real-world applications. Definitely an important element of this would be having flexible blocks of time, so you're able to get some of that time that you need to create and work through these projects.
The next school would be considered a lead school. Leadership is for everyone across disciplines. The focus would be an emphasis on leadership. Now again, remember, having leadership as a foundation and as a focus creates an opportunity to really expand this leadership theme. Leadership concepts are integrated across curriculum. Developing leadership within yourself and others. And a personal and academic goal setting with students tracking and monitoring their progress would also be very evident in this leadership school.
And then moving on to the intermediate grades, we've developed frameworks that provide both a pathway for our children as they move through their education, while also creating the possibility of choice or movement to another focus area. Our first intermediate school would be the environmental STEM. Here, the focus is on the environment, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And of course, this incorporates more expanded principles of STEM. You might see projects and field experiences related to the environment, maybe outside, outdoors, or within the school. And we would also have visual arts and design incorporated into this building. Our second intermediate school would be Leadership in Action. Again, this is a deep or even a deeper emphasis on leadership. Students in this school would have an expanded project-based, authentic learning opportunities. Leadership that they were working with would be impacting themselves and others, as well as the community. And they would also be looking at personal and academic goal setting with students tracking, monitoring, and communicating their progress.